Zach Green, Bankster DFS Executive Consultant here. This is the first video that will be a series, probably, of videos dealing with bankroll management. I know a lot of people in Slack have been asking questions. Excuse me. How how come I'm not profiting whenever the cash line hits and things like that. So we've developed this sheet that's really easy to track, and as you can see, it's broken down by every sport, so you can track every day what you have entered. So this is going to be a little tutorial of how to do it. First thing you want to do when we share it with you is go to File, Make a Copy, because you won't be able to edit the one that we give you. And so you can just change it to your name, and it's going to open up a new tab, and this will be yours to keep and yours to edit. So over here, starting bankroll. So this would be whatever's in your account right now, or whatever you wanted to start with for 2019. So let's just say 1,000, just to make it easy. Not 10,000, sorry. So this is going to track what your bankroll is at right now, what your profit is for the year, and your return on investment. And then you can have it broken down by every sport. So what do you need to do now? Okay, over here under sport. So currently the biggest one is in MLB. So you want to put MLB. So say you put $25 in cash on a certain night, and then you put $5 in GPP. So you bet 30. That'll calculate it for you. You'll have to come in later, put your winnings. So if only the cash line hit and you didn't get any in the GPP, so just a double up. As you can see over here, your return on investment now is 66%, $20 profit so far. So the next night, you want to say you went lighter because you didn't like it, but you didn't win anything. And you can see how it's tracking. Once we get to NFL, same thing. So you did 100 on Sunday, 10 in GPP, and then you hit that. So you can see how it tracks. And we can add sports if there's another sport that's missing, but we got college football, MLB, NBA, college basketball, NHL, MMA, NASCAR, EPL, PGA, NFL. So then you can see right there how much you're doing every night, how you're doing, and how you're doing in each sport. So say you're really strong in NFL, but you're weak in NBA and really weak in another sport. Well, then you should be focusing more on the one you're strong at. So on a given night, if you say you're doing $100, just to make it easy, you want to, of that $100, you want to make sure that 75 to 80% is in cash games. So you're talking anywhere from $70 to $80 of that 100. You want to be in cash games, and only 30 in, no more than 30 in GPP. And the reason being is GPP, I believe, I'm not for sure, I believe you have to finish in the top 25, top 30%, but double ups, you only have to finish in the top 60 or something like that. Maybe it's 50. I don't have that exact, but the cash games is the long-term longevity, because a score, lots of the GPPs. Okay, say it's $5 to enter. Well, even if you minimum cash, it's only $8. So you're only profiting $3. Whereas if that line was in a double up of $5, you're profiting $5. And so the minimum cash for GPP isn't an actual double up until you get to like the top 150, which is kind of crappy, but that's just the way it works. Sorry. So you want to make sure you're playing uh, the 75% to 80% every night is cash. And then of your bankroll, and I know a lot of people don't have this much, but this is just for my purposes to explain to you. If your bankroll, you want to look at your current bankroll, that is, not your starting. If your bankroll is $1,000, you shouldn't play more than 10 to 20% a night. So if it's $1,000, the minimum would be about $100, or the maximum would be about 200. And the way that I do it is, if I feel really good about a slate, I'll go up to that 20%. If I feel kind of crappy about it, I'll go down to that 10%. Because that way, if it doesn't hit, it's not hurting as bad. But see what happens. Okay, I'm just going to point it out to you. I'm going to erase what we have so far, and I'm going to show you what happens. So let's say this first night, they did the 20%, and it double up hit. Okay, so because it hit, they're like, oh, let's go even bigger and do half, 50%. And this is why you don't want to do this. So we did 50%, and we lost everything. Look how that just murdered our bankroll and our return on investment in one night. And the reason you don't want to risk that much in one night is you have random stuff happening. NBA, you could have late scratches, uh, or guys that were supposed to be in getting the rotation not getting any minutes. MLB, you could have a pitcher get hit by a pitch or hurt stealing, uh, running the bases, or you could have the postponed games. Uh, NASCAR is wild. MMA is wild. I mean, there's just so many variables. You never want to put more in than you don't feel comfortable with losing in one night. And I've learned that lesson the hard way personally. I hit a big on a GPP once in NBA. I hit it for $600. So the next night, I did $100 on NBA. And guess what happened? That just happened to be the night that James Harden decided to go for 120 points on DraftKings. And did I have any of him in that $100? No. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm a little froggy this morning. But that's the idea. We want long term longevity. Because GPPs aren't going to be something that you can win every night. And for the most part, cash you can, given that chalk doesn't go crazy. Um, so, if there's any questions, anytime, I'm here to answer them. I know Sean is here. I know Doug's here. Any of us can help you with anything. If you need help figuring out the sheet, if you need help figuring out your amount, I know, some people may not want others to know uh, how much they're betting on a certain night. So if you don't feel comfortable, putting it out in public, that's fine. Just send me a DM or something like that. But we want to help you guys profit in the long term. We want to get you up there to where you can play 100 a night in GPP and it won't matter because your bankroll is so high. So I hope this video helps and catch you guys later.